Recording in progress.
Hello, welcome to our webinar. This is a monthly webinar series sponsored by Vines Film and Media. I am Pamela Vines. I am the Chief Writer and Director at Vines Film and Media, and we are a multimedia film production company that specializes in corporate video and short films for business owners. We also perform digital editing, live streaming capabilities, and aerial and video photography. So again, welcome to our live streaming day. This is our monthly video series. Today is May 12th, and we do these every second Thursday of the month at 2 p.m. for the year 2022. So let's just get started. So this month's topic is Ask the Video Strategist. So I'm asking all of you just to bring your questions and any thoughts you have about performing your own digital video projects. And once we do that, then I can just answer them here on this live platform. But a few of you have sent in a few questions, and so let's just address those. In the meantime, we'll, if any of you just want to write any in the chat or reach out to me separately, by all means, continue to do that. But I'll just go with the list of questions I have from the people that sent them in advance. Okay, so the first question is, what got me into videography? Well, that's a long question that's been a long time coming. I initially got interested in cameras from when I was a wee little girl, watching my father take pictures of us, of all of his three daughters. So once that just that camera bug bit me, and I was interested in cameras. And my first camera was the Polaroid. No. It was a Kodak Instamatic. It's the little square rectangular camera. And I just took pictures ad nauseum at everything. But my first real camera was the Canon T50, and I didn't get that until 19, um, 1987 is when I first got my camera, and just loved taking pictures. But at the time, camcorders were just coming on the horizon. And also, I did not understand how to translate a camcorder and all that video footage into a film. It was just beyond me. So I didn't do that. And I went into the military, spent 20 years in the military. And as I was in there, my primary job was as a public affairs officer. And that's like public relations for all intent and purposes. And I was the public affairs officer of a particular a military installation, a few of them. And my soldiers were the ones who were actually on the ground, taking video, doing news stories, capturing footage for our installation newspaper or the installation television. And so I always really admired how they would put that footage together using the Avid um, platform, digital editing platform, and it was huge. So it was just, I knew that they had gone through school to go through the training in order to do it. And my education for as an Army public affairs officer wasn't the same as theirs. So it just wasn't my area. As we say, stay in your lane. So I was in my lane as the boss. They were in their lanes as the executors of the mission. And so I didn't get to do a lot of it. And I always wanted to. So by the time I finished working for someone else, I started my own business 8 years ago in 2014. And the focus then wasn't even on videography. It was public affairs, public relations, which is what I knew, crisis communications. So I still didn't do it even then. But as time went on, it kept gnawing at me, and I had equipment because my business model was to train people and business owners how to answer press query. So we did media training. So I had cameras, I had monitors, I had equipment, so we could do mock interviews. But what I started doing was just to parlay that into a video production, and I started making videos for business. So yes, I went to school. I bought a lot of courses. I did my own individual course study and work and trial and error to get where we are today. And it's a continual learning process. So nothing comes easy right away. You have to continue to work on it, and I'll continue to learn and grow and continue to study and work and grow and error and trial. And so, but it's what I want to do. It's my passion. It's what I love. So what is my workflow? uh, my workflow follows pretty much along what videographers do, cinematographers. So there's a pre-production process, there's the production, and then there's the post-production of any video project. And so with pre-production, what we do at Vines Film and Media, we insist on coming up with a concept for a client. Once we get the concept approved, then we write the script, do the shot list, and then the storyboard. So just for any of you who may not know out there, a shot list is taking that script and putting it into two columns. On the first column, you have the words of the script, and then the second column, you have aligned with each word of the script, each sentence, you have the audio and the visual component of what people hear while they watch the words. So you see the words, that's what will be said from the video, and then you see what we hear and what we see paired with the words. So you have the words, audiovisual, words, audiovisual, weird words, audiovisual, and that's a shot list. And then we take that and turn that into a visual, a storyboard, like a cartoon strip. So you get frame by frame what the video will look like, and so everybody's on the same page about what out their outcome of their project will look like. So then once we do all that, that's a lot, and it's so important work. So once we do that, then we go out and film the project, and it looks just like the cartoon strip we drew, and then from there, once we film, then we come back and do the digital editing component of it, and that is putting all the pieces together and making the film, and it looks great. So once we do that, then we deliver it to the client. So that's pretty much the workflow. Okay. Third question: what's my favorite color? So actually, uh, um, I'll answer all the questions. So my favorite color is actually butterscotch, and butterscotch, mustard. It's not yellow and it's not orange. It's a combination, and I just really think that color is really rich and warm and vibrant, and makes me happy. Okay, so next question number 4 I have is, who is my favorite client? That's easy. You are all my favorite clients. So every client I've had has been a learning experience. I cannot say that I have not enjoyed. I've enjoyed working with every single person that I've worked with over the past 5, 8 years, and each one of you has been a pleasure. Taught me something. I learned from the project itself. So um, no issues. Okay, so what do I like to film? I like to film stories. I like to film projects that have a strong story element, because I like my favorite part of it. The whole project is the storytelling aspect. So it's putting together the script and then the storyboard, and really bringing that person's video to life, bringing that journey full circle to life. And so projects that definitely have a story are my favorite. Okay, so is there a project I regret filming? No. There have been times where I did not enjoy a process, perhaps because it was difficult, or things weren't turning out exactly as I envisioned. But yet, I still benefited from that. So I saw this quote earlier today. What was the quote? It's something about failure. Where's that quote? I am going to tell you the quote. Um, so here's the quote. Anyone, that's not the quote. But anyway, this quote is: anyone who stops learning is old, whether 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. Henry Ford. So I feel like I'm going to be young forever because I'm going to continue to learn and grow, and that's why that's not the quote I thought I was finding, but uh, I continue to grow with each project. So even though I may not have enjoyed the project, I grew and learned from it. So at the end of the day, it was a great project. Okay, so is there, oh, that answered that. Next question is, whose work do I admire? Oh, that's so, so easy. I admire my favorite person um, that I admire her film journey is Ava DuVernay. Uh, most to dramatize that, she her show Queen Sugar is is just my favorite. So notwithstanding that, the storyline, but just the filming of it itself, the way she and her other directors put together the beauty of everything, the depth of field, the way they match the clothing with the environment, the lighting, just the beautiful actors and actresses. It's just pure beauty all around to watch any of those shows. And I end up watching them two and three times because I find something new. Like first time I might watch for the story, the second time I watch and I listen for the music. The next time I watch, I watch and look at the clothing and the lighting and how they move. So just each episode is a study, a lesson for me, and I appreciate everything that show produces because it's just gorgeous. And so I really admire that and emulate it. Do my best. Okay, so next question. We just have time for two more. What do I like to do in my spare time? I write. I I work on film. My work my work is not work. So it's all, there is no spare time because I'm always working on a project or either thinking about a project or imagining a next project or even watching TV. I don't just watch it as I talked about with the TV show Queen Sugar. I watch it as a as an element of homework or study because there's so much to learn in what other people have produced, and either you take something away from it and you're like, oh wow, I wish, I want to do something like that, or I would never do that. So it's always, even though I'm watching a movie, i I watch it as a study element. So that is my life and I enjoy it, so it's working for me. So let's see. The last question: how do you overcome lighting and sound problems? Excellent question. So the only way to do that is to do your homework in advance. I have learned not to ever go anywhere and film anything without having done a site visit first, because you may go to a location where the room is dark, and so you know what type of lighting you need to bring, or if you're going to maybe be outside or there's going to be some moving air, you need to put they call it the dead cat on the animal on the microphone to minimize that wind sound. So you just the only way to overcome any potential problems with lighting or sound is to go and do a site visit in advance. And I should say this also about sound. The best way to alleviate any problems there is to buy good sound equipment. I know it's tempting to go to Amazon and buy a $26 lapel mic. It's good for maybe doing a social media post. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. But if you are going to produce a video that you want to stand the test of time, and uh, you you just want it to be a quality project, then I recommend you do spend the money and buy good quality microphones. Um, I may not have mentioned that my choice of camera these days is the Sony suite. I have the Sony A7S III, the A7 III, and the Sony A7. And I also have two Panasonics as well. But I've moved throughout the years from Panasonic to Sony because of their capability to produce higher ISO, better quality film in less grainier film in low light situations. So that's been helpful for me. And for the microphones, I'm um, I'm not a fan of Rode mics. I just don't know why they haven't worked for me. But I am a fan of the Sennheiser microphones because those have been spot on and easy to use and good results for me. But unfortunately, those are all the questions we have time for. So if you have additional questions, email me. We have a new email address. We are at video@vinesfilm.com. Video@vinesfilm.com. And the phone number remains the same. It's still 202-420-0565. So you can text me on that or email us at the email address, and one of the team members will contact you post haste. And if you definitely have any questions that didn't get answered today, or you have some questions about a project you are working on, I would love to help you with thinking through a story, a shot list, anything at all. Just reach out. We'd love to continue the dialogue and share this replay with your friends. And if you are available, we do this every month, every second Thursday at 2 p.m. And next month is June 9th at 2 p.m. So be square, and we'll see you here. And remember, where vision meets value, Vines Film. See you next time.